Alright, hey guys, I'm back at you with a brand new series here of a pretty sweet game that I've been playing called Outward. This is actually a reshoot of a first episode. I accidentally saved a later episode over it, but this series I'm basically gonna have like 10 episodes recorded before I even start posting any of them. So any advice or tips or anything you give in the comments won't help. I have 3 recorded right now. Obviously, I gotta re-record this one. So you're gonna notice a little bit of a shift between the first and second episodes because the loot's extremely RNG. So our first name was Willy the Wizard. So just pretend his name is Willy the Wizard. But I'm gonna name him Whoops. because but yeah, loot is extremely RNG in this game, so you're gonna notice some of my items shift, but the beginning part of the game is very straightforward. All the loot's very minor. Like where I end up in episode 2 and 3 is kind of where you start seeing it happen, so it shouldn't alter too much. All my life I've lived within the safety of Cierzo, spared the brutality of the world outside, but life in Arai is never that easy. For all the safety that my tribe provides, our laws are harsh. We're judged not as individuals, but as bloodlines. The failures of my bloodline weigh heavy on me. My grandmother brought ruin to our tribe long ago, bringing a heavy blood price upon my family. We've paid the debt caused by her actions ever since. I joined an expedition across the sea with my old friend Yizan, hoping the money made there would be enough to clear my debts. This was a mistake. I'm lucky to still be breathing after our ship hit rocks on the return voyage. Now I have no choice but to pick myself up yet again and face the wild, untamed land outside the walls. I must carve out my own future or die trying. So as you can see, Willy, we'll pretend this is Willy, starts out very naked. And I can't seem to loot any of the bodies here. I mean, to get that guy's armor that early on would be a little bit... I mean, it's possible anyway, I guess. So there's a lot of stuff you can loot out here. But I would just... I can carry 10 pounds on me in just my pockets that are provided by I guess my undies, because those don't have any pockets. So I'm stuffing stuff in my shorts, and my shorts can only contain 10 pounds worth of things. I don't want to be thinking about any other pockets he could be sticking them in right now, but you know. So this beginning area is just kinda, I mean, might as well drink the water. I don't even know that I needed it. I don't think so. It gives a short stamina boost. It'll be gone by the time we use it though, I suppose. So that would have been our first weapon, a fishing harpoon, but it's basically more useful for fishing. And these berries here will give you a buff that restores stamina. They'll also fill up your hunger a little bit. There's a bandage here. And you can turn them into jam, which you can then, if you have bread, you can turn them into some kind of cake that gives a pretty good stamina buff. And also, you'll see the beetle I got, not on that one, but the one by where we got the bandage. I got a beetle with it. Those beetles are used in making bitter teas, which cure diseases, and I think those are the ones that cure diseases, or those are the ones that cure the common cold. And then seaweed will make another tea that will restore mana, which if you look in the bottom left, you can see we don't have yet. There's a whole big process towards getting magic. You have to like attune yourself to this world's magic. It's awesome, actually. And this is obviously an action RPG. Oops. I need to be picking up the wood though. And there is a very basic crafting system. There aren't too many recipes you can make, but all the very useful things that you'll use while you're adventuring can be crafted. Like potions, you can make healing potions. They kind of leave you wide open using them in a fight, but you can kind of create opportunities for yourself and pull it off. It's kind of wasteful, or it sounds wasteful, but I usually, if I knock down an enemy, unless I'm full health, that's my opportunity to use a potion. But you can also dish out a lot of damage in that moment. But when you're in this state and you don't have any of your skills, like, you have to find weapon masters and once you get mana, if you decide to get mana, because you have to sacrifice health and stamina for it. But so I've got a machete now from that body. Kind of a crappy little weapon, but will do. Get ourselves a mining pick. Oh, it's not that much overweight. We're fine. Drop this thing. Not even gonna keep the torch. Okay, so our sword's drawn, and we've got some hyenas to fight. And these guys will mostly just give you meat and hide, which is extremely useful in the beginning. Well, meat's always useful, but the hide's extremely useful in the beginning. I want to lure him back, so I don't fight both of them. I actually managed to do that one without taking a hit. It's not too bad. Next one's going to be a little more difficult given the circumstances. Do I have any cloth on me? No, I don't. Okay. And if you get the fangs from them, you can turn that into like fanged weapons, which will cause bleed on hit. And they're pretty awesome. Every time they do that lunging attack, he got me with that one, and I contracted a disease naturally. But every time they do that lunging attack, that's your opportunity to get a couple swings on them. Hyenas are pretty basic to fight. Obviously, things don't always work out the way you want them to, but... Alright. So we're really overweight at the moment. We're carrying a lot of unnecessary stuff, especially considering it's all in our pockets. But that's not a problem that we're going to have to deal with for very long anyway. And we didn't get any fangs. We didn't last time in the first episode either, so that fits. Things kind of worked out pretty much exactly the same. Except for the disease. But we have what we need to make a bitter tea, so that shouldn't be a problem. And you'll notice there's the darker kind of bar on my stamina, and now it's flashing. So that dark bar will grow a lot faster at that point. But that's from using my stamina, and it depletes my permanent stamina, and then I have to sleep in a bed or in a sleeping bag or a tent, etc., to restore that stamina. And the same applies to your health. I've got a little sliver of the darker health bar at the top of the red circle, and the the rest is just missing health that I can restore by eating food, bandaging, that sort of thing. Neither of which I need to do, so. And I don't think I have any of the food that will... This is all stamina food anyway. So this is our buddy Yizan. He was the captain of the ship that crashed. He's got a pretty cool sword though.
What you need?
Whoops, you're alive. You must be freezing. Come, warm up by the fire before you freeze to death. Where are we, Yizan? Last thing I remember was our ship hitting a rock.
We're not far from home. You can see the lighthouse from here, can't you?
Anyway, Edo made it out alive too. Thank you a lot.
He's a Kazite. He was born on a ship.
This probably isn't the first time he's had to survive a shipwreck.
Go ahead and sleep in one of the extra bedrolls.
So, the voice acting doesn't say everything for a lot of the dialogue, but it covers the majority of it, so I'll just read what I need to read and let the voice acting, because it's not bad anyway, let them kind of fill you in on the story, and then I'll just fill in the blanks. Whoops. We don't need to protect against ambush here. 3 things you can do: sleep, guard, repair. Your items will lose durability as you use them. You'll need to repair. This is best done in a bed or back at one of the cities. And then if you're sleeping in the wild, you can get ambushed, so you gotta spend time guarding and then sleep as well. Just sleeping 1 hour, because it doesn't matter. It's the same no matter what. You just end up in Cierzo in your house. You live in the lighthouse that wasn't functioning. Kind of funny. Or beneath it or whatever. Unconsciousness comes quickly and you dream of being ensnared in something. With a yelp, you jump out of bed. Relief floods you as you recognize where you are. You are back in your old bed at home, the lighthouse in Cierzo. Yizan must have brought you back to your family's lighthouse. Only your aching body tells you that the shipwreck you suffered was not a nightmare. Alright. So, get some different clothes. Oh, I can't even move right now. Whatever, these will open up some space for us. Oh, ye gads, man. Okay. Alright, so another thing we can do. Yeah, okay. We have 1 more hide. We need 2 for what we want to make next. Got that. All good. That did free up some weight for us. We can kind of move around. But alright. It might seem safer to you to keep your money in your pockets. It's not. If you end up captured by like the Montcalms or the Montcalms aren't too bad, but the Vandevels, I think they're called, they'll strip you down. They can, if you're not ready to take them on, it could be tough to escape from there. So you're better off just keeping it in your pack, because as long as you don't ever grab another pack, the pack you have will never run out. Like, so, I mean, You're gonna get some starting food in here too, by the way. Oh, and our disease is actually cured. So what we're gonna do, well, we're gonna hang on to that. I'll put all of those in the stash, and the stash. That. I'm pretty sure food decays more slowly in the stash. Or it doesn't decay, or I'm not 100% on how it works, but seems to definitely help a lot. Oh, that reminds me.
Rise and shine!
A blood price is sacred.
Sorry.
You can't just shrug off that responsibility.
If I don't see the money from you by the time I count to 10, you'll regret you ever came home!
I just woke up from a shipwreck. Have a heart, will you?
Yeah, you were on that ship too, weren't you? How many lives must your family be responsible for destroying before enough is enough?
Lost my daughter on that voyage. You bring ruin to the tribe just like your grandmother. This doesn't change the fact that I have no money right now. I can't pay you.
If you can't make the payments you missed, we will seize your home!
That ought to cover 4 months of ignoring your duty to the tribe. Either pay up or get out of our way.
Enough of this! 12 people are dead. Stop this shameful behavior at once.
This is the time for the tribe to come together, mourn our lost loved ones, not to demand payment from a survivor. Stop the shameful behavior at once.
To threaten someone like this while the lost lives are still fresh is an insult to their memory.
I've declared a period of mourning. You understand what that means, don't you?
But, Chamber Lady Aberdeen,
I said that is enough! If you want to resume discussions after the mourning period, feel free. Oliel, see these people off, would you?
You heard, Mother. Away with you, or I will personally see to it that you get double shifts of guard duty.
Oh. My oh my.
I'm sorry that was the first thing you woke up to. Please forgive them. Many of them have lost family and are not thinking straight. If I could do more, I would. The most I can do for you is declare a mourning period and buy you a little time. That gives you a few days to pay back the money.
150
Either
silver.
gather the money or earn a tribal favor, and they won't be able to touch you. Once you can make the payment, come see me. Please find a way to make it work.
Then I will have to head outside the walls.
That does seem like your most effective option, dangerous as it is. Never forget, no one is an orphan in Cierzo. Do not hesitate to ask the rest of the tribe for survival advice. If you can do a great deed for someone in Cierzo, we will owe you a tribal favor. Once you're ready to leave Cierzo, speak with Burak, the gate warden. Remember, you only have a few days. May your ancestors watch over you.
So, 5 days to pay back 150 silver. And it does sound like you're kind of on a crunch, but never fear. They've got that little tribal favor out that they give you. Improvised bedroll, iron scrap, gawberry tartine, and a lantern. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Alrighty. Let the lantern light our way. So now we got a couple little things to keep us occupied right now. A little bit of looting around the town. Just get a solid little start on the game. It never hurts to go out into the very harsh and dangerous wilderness with a couple extra coins keeping your chest at home warm. What do we have here? Pale light clothes, eh? Yeesh. But we got a ice rag. That's handy. I think, yeah. What the hell? Definitely had some better luck last time. You'll see the hat I'm wearing in episode 2. It's, a noble or a fancy hat or something like that. It restores, or 5% less stamina costs of actions or something it gives. I mean, the defenses aren't great, but it's just a fancy hat with a goofy mask. While we're here,
Greetings, friend.
always a pleasure. What do you want? I'm here about work.
Lend me your
What do
ear.
you need? I'm looking for something I can do
As a
nearby.
matter of fact, I could use a brush explorer for something.
If the pay's good, I'm willing to put my life in danger.
Here's what I need.
A particularly rare mushroom in the shape of a shield. I hear it grows in Blister Burrow northeast of Sierzo.
You'll know it if you find it.
Yeah. Troglodyte, no. Sounds like an adventure. I'll do it.
Perfect.
Yay.
Make sure you have a good weapon, a lantern, and plenty of supplies. Lend me your ear.
Nothing really important.
I'll
said
see you.
there. So, we got ourselves a little quest. Let's do a little bit of questing here. And then there's weapons of a couple different types you find lying around. You've got the pitchfork, which I just grabbed. The two-handed axe, which I grabbed up by the town hall. There's a hatchet here. There's the machete you get on the beach. There's also the fishing spear on the beach. There's also a machete right here. My bag's already overweight.
I wish I could greet you with a smile, but, well. Yesterday I
How
was
are you
leading our
holding
most
up, I
ambitious expedition in a decade. Now, all that's left is this wreck and a tribe in mourning.
What happened? How did our ship sink so close to home?
The lighthouse wasn't lit at the time we made impact with the rocks, I'm certain. We lost everyone who was below the deck at the time of the accident.
So we lost everything, all the coins, the spices, the armor, and weapons.
Unfortunately, yes. What little we could salvage from the wreck has gone to the families of my drowned men.
He's in 5 days together, 150 silver, or I lose my home.
How much? Damn, that's right. You haven't been able to make payments on your blood price while we were gone. The blood price on your head is disgusting. You weren't even born when that tragedy happened.
I know, but I don't have a choice.
Of course you do. Just because a choice is hard doesn't mean you can't take it. I'm sorry I don't have better news. Best of luck with squaring things with Risa in the short term.
I guess I truly am on my own then.
Actually, I do have a small stash of goods I hid in case of disaster.
Moon commands the stars.
Remember, you're not just a link in a chain. You're worth more than the blood in your veins.
Yeah, that's solid truth right there. I'm worth a lot more than the pixelated blood in my veins. Yes, sir. Oh, I don't have my fishing pole on me right now. Anyway, there's some fish you can fish over there too. And obviously on the beach, and I'm pretty sure a couple of different spots. But we were mostly there for the water skin we grabbed, so now we can drink on the road. Oh, and so we have some bitter tea. Handy dandy. How much hide do I have? None on me. Okay. We will end up killing a couple more hyenas again very soon anyway. So, we have one other priority in the very beginning here.
Is there something you need?
And quest dialogue
Can you
is
help with this?
pretty generic. We gotta go to Berg and deliver a ledger to Peel's General Store.
Excellent.
Berg is another town. Obviously, going to another town is extraordinarily dangerous. Anyway, we've got stuff we can sell. So we're gonna sell the extra machete, both of these axes, because I don't intend to use them. Sell all that. We'll keep the metal scrap for now. So that's 33 more silver in our pockets. Let's spend 25 on a better backpack. You're going to see the value of this right away. I can't sell the pack I'm wearing now, so I'm just gonna kinda do this. Now it's semi-hidden. Won't be flashing at me too bad while I'm going about my business. So 39 silver still. Lots of inventory weight. And bonus. My lantern now hangs from my backpack. Check this out. It's on, it's off. Clap on, clap off. The clapper. Lantern. So, one of these we already know because we just manually did the recipe. But now we've got makeshift leather attire. We've got the boots and makeshift leather hat. So we need at least one more.
Can I help you?
This guy's gonna ask
Can
us
you lend
to
me a hand?
make that
Yes.
recipe we found in our kitchen.
Farewell, my friend.
So we'll do that in a minute. This guy just teaches you a one-handed axe skill. It's not very useful. This guy
Amber, my friend.
will teach you the Spellblade tree. And it's like sword and shield, and once you get magic, you can infuse your weapon with an element. Then you can smash it against your shield for an AoE, or shoot it at someone like a bolt. You can only learn one of these, and this costs, you'll see the skill cost in the bottom right. There's that golden kind of skill token there. You only get 3 of those. I'm pretty sure ever, as far as I know. So you have to kind of be wary of which of these you want to take, but we want 50 silver for this specifically. Shouldn't be too hard to do. So we've pretty well got this place looted. We'll go around here. We're gonna find a fishmonger. Is he up there? No, he is not. That's a blacksmith. He can craft you blue sand armor, which really won't fit Willy the Wizard here. But it's really heavy armor. It's actually really good. But it reduces your stamina, increases stamina costs of abilities and actions, increases magic cost of spells.
Greetings, friend.
What else does it do? Oh, and it makes you run slower. So we're buying that as part of the recipe we just acquired. Next we're going to need salt.
Is there something you need?
It's just quicker and easier to buy it in the beginning, so. And, you give up one meal, which, if I remember correctly, isn't that useful to you until you get magic, because it, I think it restores health, stamina, and mana, or magic, whatever they call it in this game. Oh, and I can obviously sell. I think I need the seaweed. We'll find out shortly. Mana restoring elemental resistance. Okay, so I suppose I was close-ish. We're gonna bring these to that guy. We'll stash that. 3 of these, 3 of those. Keep 1 of those. Actually, I want to keep that on me at the moment. Definitely the antidotes. We'll stash this. Yeah, we'll stash that now too. Oops. So now we just head back on down. I don't know why I took the long way around there. Makes total sense.
Can I help you? Yeah, a gift.
So he gave me 4 ocean fracas, or however you say that. And they heal, so it restores health, stamina, and mana. Oh, okay, so you trade the one for the triple duo. Well, the mana part's kind of wasted on us. But we'll make some of that later when we get to that point. Takes a little bit. It's going to take Willy a little bit of prep to get to the whole having mana.
Hey there! Here's the plan. Hey, listen.
So she just wants me to get her crystal powder. You make it by crushing 4 mana stones in an alchemy station, which you have to place over a lit campfire.
Is there something you need?
Sounds complicated. It's not. And an alchemy station is highly recommended because you'll make quite a bit of money on it. So, handy dandy. Oh. Did you not give me any money? Where's my silver? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Alrighty. So now, show you where we go next. And get ourselves our, I guess, optimal start, as far as I know. That's largely gear dependent too, though. I mean, depends if the RNG gods are smiling on you. And here we are. Handy little torch function. Here for the bread, the sleeping bag is, we already have one. Might as well take the old lantern. Sell that. We're not taking more flint and tinder, which is what that was over there. Oh. Should have drank while I was in town. Doesn't matter. We won't. No way we'll empty that anyway. You see, drinking gives you a little brief stamina buff. That's gaberry jam now for our gaberry tartine that we can make. So now we'll be able to make, oh, padded boots. That's lucky. Tattered attire, that's not quite as lucky, but padded boots already. Not too shabby, guys. This is definitely just getting turned into... Whoops. Go away. What do these turn into? Just cloth? Rather sell them, I think. Alrighty, guys. Gonna be getting into a fight. We already have a pickaxe. Okay. So we're gonna be getting into a very small fight up here. It's a little bit of a introduction, I guess. So you always want to drop your backpack. Come on, dirtbag. Oh. A little slow on that dodge roll. Taking some damage. There's another one in here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Easy peasy, guys. Used a little extra stamina there, getting a little bit flaily. But, handy little trick that you see a lot of people struggle with is, I guess, yeah, they'll rot anyway at some point, so we're restoring health, stamina, and mana slowly over time here. Don't feel too fantastic about burning such an incredibly useful item on one of the first fights of the game, but it is what it is. I didn't randomly come across any stew to or salt to make stew, but that's something we'll be doing in the near future. Did I get one of those beetles with that? No, I did not. So mining ore, you can get these kind of different beetles. I forget exactly what they're called, but you can make with those blood mushrooms and water. You can make healing potions, so that's extremely useful. Now that sign says there's no turning back from here. It's gonna strand you in the wilderness. Sounds scary. It's not. You're very close to town. And actually right where you wanna be. 'Cause I ain't paying no blood price. Willy needs his money for wizardry. He is not paying a blood price. Alright, onto the beach. And this beach can actually be extremely dangerous. It's best to use some caution here. Bullet shrimp are a hard fight. The only time where I've just kind of easily stomped through the bullet shrimp in the beginning of the game was when I just bought myself an iron claymore, I think it was, right off the start. And I just knocked them down and pummeled them, basically. The, oh no! Okay, well, very important to note. Before you leave town, talk to the gate guard.
I can't move. A pistol shrimp got me.
Okay, so we're gonna bandage him, but it's very important before you leave town through this path, if you choose to follow this path, talk to the gate guard. For whatever weapon you have equipped in your hand, he will teach you a skill. It's very important you learn that, because you have to find where else to buy it after. And it's probably going to cost you 50 silver, which isn't a big deal, but I see some blue sand right in front of me, by the way. You use that to make blue sand armor. You can also combine it with mana stones to make crystals. But yeah, make sure you get that skill. Give this guy a bandage, one of our two.
I can feel it working. Oh, thank you, Lord. I'm not going to die here.
And now you see...
Thanks a bunch!
Writ of tribal favor.
Ow! I don't think I'm fit to run back home just yet.
So it's coming up on nighttime. So we're actually... kind of want to hurry up here. Just get out of here. So now we have all the time in the world for whatever we need to do. We're gonna come back with a writ of tribal favor for rescuing this guy on the beach where our ship crashed, somewhere out here anyway. And now we don't need to make any more payments on that. And basically the game branches into a few different storylines, none of which involve fully paying that blood price. These guys' attacks are pretty difficult to predict, so they can be hard to deal with, and they'll just run away, so I always just get super over aggressive and flail away at them, because I don't want them to get away. And they have a small chance of dropping a really cool helm, which is one of their heads basically, and it increases your movement speed. And I think it reduces stamina costs as well. Don't quote me on that one. I don't want to get you guys' hopes up for nothing. And that little red that you see floating around me, I'm not bleeding. That's that status effect in the bottom left. It's pain. It reduces my physical resistance, and it lasts quite a while. And those birds will pretty well always inflict that on you, so one of the things to note. Now you see I kicked him, and I greatly depleted his stamina, or his impact bar, which you see is the white bar in the middle below my between my status effects and my quick bar. Now we're finally going to be able to craft the armor we actually have on our other character already. And I'm not going to transfer... When I start episode 4 or whatever it is, I'm not going to transfer that character. Oh, I only have one leather on me right now? Where's my leather? Oh, it's in my pocket. Yeah, I only have one. Oh, because the other one's back at the base. Yeah. Oh no, I just ate a raw egg. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I didn't get sick. That's... small mercies, I guess. Okay, so we've got another hyena over here. Another chance to get some more leather. Then drop our pack. Draw our sword. We'll see if we can get this guy with another kick. And we missed. Aw, too late on the dodging. I hit my attack one too many times. Okay, so if you look at the top middle of the screen, you'll see my compass. That also shows me where my bag is. And another thing to note, we ended up over here. Cierzo's right here. You don't see yourself on the map. We're currently kind of like wandering through, and we're going to take this route here. So we're in here right now. In case all you fine gents were wondering. So we're still healing from the food. There's no desperate need to bandage, and if you hear that little twinkling noise in the background, that's something you want to look out for in a situation like this. I'm not going to take advantage of it because I don't really need to. But those butterflies will allow you to rest near them without incurring a resting penalty. And you'll see I just made that makeshift leather attire. It's quite a bit better than the workers' gear the workers' clothes I was wearing before. So now I'm heading kind of mostly north, a little northwest. And this is where you'll see the butterflies is up here. We were hearing them from that far away, I guess. Having a little bit of screen tearing on my end. I hope you guys aren't seeing that. That's weird. Haven't seen that before. Alright. A little bit of loot that you can't really sell for much. One thing to note, you won't really see me do it because I don't know why I don't like to set traps, but I really don't like to set traps for some reason. It's just kind of a weird quirk I have. I haven't made a rogue type character where I probably would, but if you get tripwires, you can set up like iron spikes, wooden spikes. You can obviously make all this stuff, an incendiary charge here, and you can set up little like tripwire traps and lure enemies into them, and they can, like, the spikes will cause extreme bleeding. You can light guys on fire, blow them up, poison them, do all kinds of stuff. Really useful to trap guys, and if you're struggling with a particular group of enemies, it's not bad to just pre-prep the battlefield ahead of time and kind of try and lure them through some traps, particularly if you want to play like an archer. Because I haven't tried playing an archer yet, but I was looking at their ability tree, and I've got a split screen game going with my brother where he's an archer, and they require a lot of kiting. The survivability's low, damage output's really high, so. Alright, so we're back in Cierzo. So you can see it doesn't take you that far. Still pretty dark around here. Just gonna leave my
Greetings,
lantern
friend.
lit. That guy that I just spoke to doesn't have a quest, by the way. Hex Cleaner Potion removes most negative effects. Super handy. Fire Cloth, Ice Cloth, all useful stuff. That's another. So I'm at 32 silver on my person, and I have, I think, 39 in my stash. So now I could go here and buy a sword and a shield, which I did last time as well. But what I'm gonna do, I would normally go refill my water skin too. Probably not till morning either way, but go up to my house. Actually, go to the mayor's house now. Can be a little bit difficult to navigate, but there are better lanterns, and there are backpacks for the lanterns better placed. Like there's one you can buy. I've seen it in Berg. I don't know where else I've seen it for sure, but I know it's definitely in Berg at the general store. And what that'll do is hang it over your like right shoulder, kind of, so it lights.
Greetings.
It's better
How
placed.
go your efforts?
Want to talk about my blood price?
You have a way to make that payment. Show me.
I earned a tribal favor.
And on time, too. I'm impressed.
You've proven you can be an excellent asset to the tribe when you put your mind to it.
Well done. Cierzo thanks you for your great deed. Oliel and Izan are leaving Cierzo.
You should speak with them before they go. What do you mean they're leaving? What's going on?
Oliel is leaving to go join the holy mission of Elat.
Nothing I could say would convince her to stay. Damn, I'll miss her around
As
here.
will we all.
I don't suppose you could convince her to stay. She is my only daughter, set to inherit the clan when I join the ancestors. No, I don't suppose you'd be able to convince her. Her mind is made up. And Yizan, why is he leaving? He can't be ready for another expedition already.
A blood price has been declared upon his bloodline.
The shipwreck that killed so many of our people and nearly took your life was the fault of Yizan's brother, Roland. A blood price has been declared upon his bloodline. Oh, Roland, why am I not surprised?
This is troubling.
Roland always did have his head in the clouds, but to show such negligence, he must be held accountable. 12 people are dead because of his actions.
Well then,
Yizan bears responsibility as well. As captain, he should have known better than to approach the bay when the lighthouse was not lit. This tragedy would have been avoided if either of them had used their heads.
this is unacceptable.
Roland accepts the consequences of his actions. Yizan refuses. He's chosen to exile himself. Good decision on his part. Damn it, I'm losing 2 friends in one day.
This is the way things have to be.
Oh, fuck you.
Come back once
Oh,
you've said your
pardon my
goodbyes to them.
language. Yeah, and okay, so she wants me to discuss my future with her after we speak to them. And it is dark as... So this is Oliel.
I guess this is goodbye. I'm leaving this place to join the Holy Mission.
Sirzo will miss you, Oliel.
I'll miss it too.
But I can't come back, not after what Mother and I discussed.
Risa has done some things I can't agree with. I can't talk about it.
She wants me to follow in her footsteps, and I just can't. I already have no desire to be chamber lady, and when she told me, I refused to consider being part of it.
All right. Listen.
It's unlikely we'll meet again, unless of course you want to join me. Having someone I trust by my side would make me a lot less nervous. Think about it.
Excellent.
I'm glad. I'd be happy to have you with me.
The Holy Mission is about more than just working under a manifested god.
It's not for a god or fighting the scourge. It's also about helping everyone regardless of tribe or family.
Have discipline and mastery over yourself.
Yeah.
I wonder...
In fact, if you join the Holy Mission and give up your bloodline, you'd be free from ever making payments on your blood price as well. It's the ideal clean slate.
If you do want to join us, meet me in Monsoon, in the Hallowed Marsh.
And just directions.
Once in the marsh, follow the Pilgrim Road.
Alright. And now for Yizan.
I take it you've heard the news? Come to see your old pal off? I've got one little fishing barge to my name, and by a lad, I'm gonna use it. The heroic kingdom believes in chasing progress to create a better world. Listen.
It's a place where you can do what you were meant to do without having to answer to oppressive tribal laws and the misdeeds of your ancestors. You succeed or fail on your own merits, no one else's. Why so far away?
Levant believes that everyone deserves a shot at what they're best at.
I take it you're not going to forgive your brother, are you?
Not in 1,000 years. Well, that's just wonderful.
This is the last time I let his foolishness and clumsiness hurt me. He can go feed a hyena with his own hide for all I care. I'm done with him now and forever. Can I come along?
I'd take you if I could, but you can't swim. And on a barge that small, you'd be nothing but a liability.
Yeah.
If you plan to make the journey to Levant completely on
This is
foot,
just directions,
be
basically.
prepared. If you have the courage to face the Abrasar Desert, I'll be waiting for you.
Yeah. Alright, guys. So, that's pretty much the intro. Things went a little bit differently for me last time. I did, I believe, get some hyena bone. Or it might be in episode 2 when I do that, so maybe I shouldn't talk about it. But things went a little bit differently. I did manage to get my hands on more salt, mine some salt mines. I'm just going to erase this character so you'll see episode 2 start normally, episode 3 start normally, and as tempting as it is to throw this guy's gear over onto those guys, I'm not going to do that. So I will see you guys in the next episode.